Hi everyone, hello. Oops, sorry, slides are moving. Let me. Hi Ellen, hi best friend, haven't seen a while. Hi Desiree, hi Henning, hi Jack, hi Rowan, hi Serge, hi Owen. Hi, hi Joash, or Bill Dad. How's everyone doing? Doing fine. Okay, I do still see people joining, so we'll give them a minute or two to join, and then in the meantime, we can settle in ourselves. How do we replay the previous session? So the last, I think they would have posted it on YouTube, right? If I'm not mistaken. Can I check with the regulars here, like maybe Desiree, best friend, or Tak Choi? Anyone knows where the recorded one for the last recording goes to? Usually they post up. Yeah, I think they do post it. Sorry guys, they invite us to do these webinars, but and then every time I start, it says recording in progress. So I know it's recorded. I know they're recording it to post it somewhere. I'm just not 100% sure where they post it. It's in IC Market YouTube playlist. Okay, thanks. Yeah. So thanks, Desiree. Last session was lit. Okay, thanks. I do notice today is the attendance for today is much lesser than last week. I'm assuming because Elliott Wave is quite, it's quite a heavy topic. There's a link here. Okay, thanks, Desiree. I'm gonna repost Desiree's link because I don't think everyone else can see. Can everyone see the link that I just posted? Hi, BL. Hi. Hello, hello. I'm assuming, okay, never mind. More and more people are joining. Maybe they're just late. Okay, we'll just let everyone join first. This attendance list is still moving. We'll just let everyone who is joining settle in. We'll give them like 1 more minute, then we can start. Anyways, today is a lot of it is just a recap of Elliott Wave. Like I was telling you guys last week, Elliott Wave has a lot to do with actually again it's the same with all technical analysis, right? You can learn as much as you want. You can know the history. You can know all about Fibonacci's past. You can know how many wives he has, what all the numbers mean, right? But most importantly is how to apply it. So I think Elliott Wave, which is today's topic, has a lot to do with practice. So unless the Elliott Wave is a technical analysis you completely want to ignore, then yeah, I can see why people will not be joining for part 2 and part 3. But otherwise, I do think, yeah, it's not live. The link is there, but it's not live. Yep. So the recorded ones are usually like after the recording, after the session, then after the sessions, then they just upload the sessions for today. So it's definitely not going to be live. Okay, so let's start today's. We're going to do recap and then watch the replays or understand. Yeah, go for it. Okay, so I'm going to do part 2 of our Elliott Wave series. Today we're going to go through different permutation of waves. You know, I noticed part 1, part 2, part 3 is actually should be a breakdown of everything I taught you guys last week. Maybe I shouldn't have rushed last week. Last week I basically gave you the whole idea of Elliott Wave, but actually if I follow the sequence correctly, today we are supposed to only be learning different permutations of waves, which I already covered last week. So I mean, it's kind of good and bad as well. So the good thing is that I already covered this, so we can just do a recap on it, and then we can quickly go to TradingView and do the practice. I actually rather spend more time on practice anyways, so it will be good. Yeah, even if you missed last week's session, today is just last week I accidentally taught you guys the whole 3 sessions with series part 1, part 2, part 3, which I shouldn't have, but anyways, we already did it. So today we'll just do a recap. So even if you missed last week's session, it's okay. Today we're covering it again. Okay, so you guys know how this works. Disclaimer, disclaimer. Any information I share in this webinar should not be construed as trading advice, should not be taken as investment or financial advice. This is purely educational only, okay? Please do not take this as a signals group, a forecasting group, or whatever it is. The whole point of all these webinars is to help you guys improve in technical analysis and whatever kind of analysis, to help you guys in trading and help you guys in well, basically trading. A lot to do is trading. Okay, so that's that. Why is my mouse all over the place? Okay, there you go. Okay, so before I continue, can I find out from you guys, were you guys lost with last week's topic? Was last week's topic like beneficial to you? Hey AJ, welcome. Is Elliott Wave something you want to go into? Can you guys let me know in the chat box? Because I mean, I know Elliott Wave is good, but me personally, when I was just starting to learn it, I was so turned off by it because of the multiple permutations and all the different kinds of scenarios and possibilities. It makes me very turned off with it, technical analysis, because the possibilities is endless with Elliott Wave. So it makes me feel like, oh, you have to be a very visual person to be able to use Elliott Wave, which is true, and there's a lot of back testing involved. So I don't know how many of you want to yeah, it's easier to use support, resistance, and trend line. That's right. I do think it is. Desiree wants to learn it. Vildet wants to learn it. Okay, I'm hoping the rest of you are interested as well. So agenda for today is to go through different permutations of wave, which we accidentally covered last week. I really went through everything with you guys last week because I wanted to rush to go on the charts, because I was saying I want to spend more time practicing, because you guys can learn all the theory, right? But if nobody teaches you how to apply Elliott Wave on the charts, honestly, it's very hard to use Elliott Wave without guidance. Like, you don't even know if you're drawing the correct wave or not. So that's why I try my best to not spend too much time on all this theory stuff, all this textbook stuff, and I want to spend more time on the actual application. Okay, so we're gonna go through different permutations, more like a recap, because we already did that last week, the different corrective waves and the wave variation that you might see. That's when we move into TradingView. Want to see more? Yeah, exactly. So a lot of you agree as well. A lot of you agree that you want to go into TradingView and see more live examples anyways, right? I think practice is more important. Okay, so introducing your host. For those who don't already know me, my name is Cass. I am a prop trader. I am an investment analyst at Everest Fortune Group. We're an award-winning research firm. Okay, in terms of my own trading, I am a prop trader. Okay, I've been trading for a few years. I'm trading for multiple prop firms right now. So for those who don't know what these prop firms do or how they work, technically you have to pass a test before you can even get into the prop firm. These tests are not easy to pass, only 2% passing rate. So I've passed this test 6 times already. To pass this test, you need to do 8 to 10% profit within a month without having a drawdown of 5% a day. Okay, so I've done this multiple times, and I did it by using my specialty, which is technical analysis. Okay, I would say I'm fairly good with technical analysis. So if you guys, hi Summit. Okay, if you guys have any questions regarding technical analysis, do not be shy. Ask in the chat box. If you don't want me to mention your name, just ask me the question and then end it with don't mention my name or whatever it is if you're shy. Okay, but if you have questions on fundamental analysis, please don't ask me. Okay, I don't specialize in fundamental analysis. I cannot tell you about economic data. I cannot tell you about calculations of companies and things like that. Okay, so I do not specialize in fundamental analysis. We do have other traders that do specialize. The next time they take you, maybe you guys can ask them instead. But for me, only ask me technical analysis. I can definitely help you on technical analysis. Can I check if you go on holiday, can you take a break or every month must trade? Okay, once you're talking about regarding platforms, right? Okay, once you are funded, in a month, you need to take 10 trading days. So even if I'm going on holiday, I will still do my 10 trading days. But I think I shared you guys before, I don't spend a lot of time on the chart anyways, and I also don't spend a lot of time trading anyways. So I don't know why I have friends, I know people who like, oh, I cannot go out at like 9 p.m. I cannot meet you on Tuesday. I cannot meet you this day because I will be trading at home. I think it's a bit strange because I'm a trader myself and I only trade 1 hour a day, sometimes less, and I still have results. So I think it's really your own trading style and it's your lifestyle really. I really don't feel like trading requires a lot of time. The thing that requires a lot of time is actually the practicing. The practicing, I mean, it's the same for anything, right? In life, is it wise to combine Fibonacci tools with candlestick patterns to enter into market? Yes, it is wise to combine Fibonacci with everything. Okay, it's the same as everything. Even like an Olympic athlete, they spend hours and hours and days and weeks practicing, and then when they go to the Olympics, their event only lasts for like 2 minutes. I think like 3 minutes maybe. Okay, so same for me. Scalpers glued to the screen. I really don't think it's necessary. For me, I spend a lot of time reading trading books. I listen to trading books. I spend a lot of time practicing, like learning how to chart and things like that. But the trading itself, I really spend very little time. Okay, so I don't know, maybe other traders have different style of trading, but for me, I definitely don't spend a lot of time on trading itself. Okay, so different impulsive waves. Let's start with our first topic. Our first agenda for today. So this is Elliott Fibonacci retracement, projection, expansion, extension. You will be using this in combination with your Elliott wave. Okay, you're gonna need this. You are going to need this to find your Elliott wave. If you don't already know technical analysis, or if you don't already know Fibonacci, how to use Fibonacci, I cannot teach you in this webinar today. You need to find out how to use Fibonacci, then you can combine it with Elliott wave. Okay, today we're going to focus on Elliott wave. How can I go about in using Fibonacci in my main technical analysis tool? Because it's hard and I'm losing sometimes. Okay, when we go to the charts later, I will show you how to combine Fibonacci. Okay, so a little recap about Elliott wave, because I accidentally covered the entire topic last week. Yeah, so for those who are still here, we're just doing a recap, okay? Elliott wave moves in 5 waves, okay? Mr. Elliott, the person who invented this technical analysis, realized that price is always moving in 5 waves, whether it's 5 waves up or 5 waves down. He noticed that it's moving in 5 waves, and he noticed that wave 2 and wave 4 is very short. Why does he notice that? Because wave 2 and wave 4 is always a retracement. It is always a retracement. So if price is going up, wave 1, 3, and 5 is always the longer trade, and wave 2 and 4 is basically the short trade to do the retracement, because price doesn't shoot up in one straight line. Okay, it always does a zigzag pattern. So the zigzag that pullback is wave 2 and wave 4. The long one is wave 1, 3, and 5. Okay, 1, 3, and 5 is called your impulsive wave. 2 and 4 is called your corrective wave. Okay, so I need to delete this. That's our first recap for today. Second recap, within wave 1, 3, and 5, which are the impulsive wave, there are sub waves. Sub waves Sub-impulsing wave has 5 waves. So within wave 1, there is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. Within wave 3, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, this is wave 5. And within wave 3, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, within wave 2 and wave 4, which is why I tell you guys do not focus on wave 2 and wave 4, there can be wave A, B, C. There can be 1, 2, 3 wave. There can be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the permutation for wave 2 and wave 4, okay, the variations for wave 2 and wave 4 is a lot. Okay, sorry, until today I actually haven't found out how many variations there are for wave 2 and wave 4 because I don't trade wave 2 and wave 4. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly 10 seconds Google for wave 2 and wave 4. I actually want to give you guys an answer as well. How many variations? Okay, I still can't find answers, but I do remember reading somewhere a long time ago when I was just learning Elliott Wave. I think there are 50 plus, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, do not quote me. Does everything move in Elliott Wave or not necessarily? From my understanding, all charts move in Elliott Wave. All charts move in Elliott Wave. Elliott Wave can be used. Oh, fun fact that I just found out recently while I was reading a book. Elliott Wave is the oldest technical analysis in the market. Okay, this technical analysis has been around for 100 years already. In fact, yeah, it has been around for 100 years. Whereas there's a lot of things that are new, for example, like Ichimoku, RSI, stochastic, blah, blah, blah. They've only been around for like a few decades. So Elliott Wave has proven that it can tackle the market for like more than a century already. So it is a technical analysis that people still use until today. I still know a lot of pro traders who use Elliott Wave to trade. So from my understanding, does everything move in Elliott Wave? I would say yes. It's just that I personally have not gone to every chart to confirm that it does because, you know, we do a lot of like research and back testing, right? The one that I noticed Elliott Wave working very, very well, is like ridiculously well, right, is Ethereum and gold. But that's because I trade Ethereum and gold. Okay, I don't trade Ethereum, I spot Ethereum. Okay, so the thing is, because it works so well, I would assume it works the same for every other chart as well. I personally have not tried it. If you guys have ever tried Elliott Wave on any other charts, let me know. So far, Ethereum is so ridiculous. It's like everything is on point. Gold as well. Gold was on point at one point for me, like very, very on point. And then after that, I started to lose trades. That's when I realized, okay, I'm probably on the wrong wave count. I will tell you, when we go to TradingView later, I will show you guys what I mean by being on the wrong wave count. If you're using Elliott Wave to trade and you get your trades wrong, you immediately know that you're on the wrong wave count. I tried to backtest but found that it's hard to spot wave. Okay, that's the thing about Elliott Wave. If you can spot it, it's going to be very accurate. If you cannot spot it, you're going to keep getting it wrong until you spot it. Okay, so that's the idea of Elliott Wave. I think Desiree asked me before what this means. Please ignore this. Please ignore this. Sorry guys, if I sound like I'm out of breath. I'm like going into my 3rd trimester. I think my baby is crushing my lungs or something. I wake up at night not being able to breathe. Okay, so other than that, this is the 3 rules of Elliott Wave you guys need to remember. Rule number 1, wave 2 cannot retrace more than 100%. So wave 1, 100% wave 1. That means when wave 2 retrace, it cannot pass the bottom of wave 1. Wave 3 needs to be not the shortest wave. That means it can be the longest, but it cannot be the shortest. Okay, usually it's the longest. I would say 90% of the time, it is the longest. Okay, and wave 4 cannot overlap wave 1. That means when wave 4 pulls back, it cannot pull back. It cannot pull back to like the high of number one. I will show you guys later. We're going to go to Ethereum chart. I will show you exactly how well these rules work. Okay, you can use this rule to identify if you are on the correct wave count. Okay, so the next thing we're supposed to focus on is impulsive wave. We already covered this last week. I don't want to spend too much time on this because again, I want to spend a bit more time on the chart. So I just kind of cropped this from somewhere. These are the rules. Remember, I was telling you, whenever you are trading, right, don't try to memorize the rules. Okay, do not try to memorize the rules. There's no point trying to memorize the rules. You might remember the wrong thing. Just note the rules down somewhere, or if not, just Google the rules. You cannot get it wrong if you're referring to it black and white. Even for me, I've been trading for years. Until today, I sometimes still forget what some chart patterns are. I think I did a webinar and someone asked me, is that a bearish crown? And I'm just like, I remember learning about bearish crown. I just don't like it. I cannot link it up because there's so many types of different technical analysis. There's no point of you trying to remember all of it. Okay, so just Google. So this is something I myself got from the internet. Okay, so this is called an impulse wave. Impulse wave move in 5 waves. Obviously, there's 5 waves within the 1, 3, and 5, and these are the rules. Okay, so these are the rules of when you see an impulse waves. Okay, so everyone good? Yeah, so basically the relationship for Fibonacci wave 2 is 50% to 60, 50% to, okay, one problem about these rules, okay, sorry, I didn't correct these rules, is that because a lot of this information online, they may not be as accurate. So this website that I plugged from, which is elliottwaveforecast.com or whatever it is, okay, it's saying that wave 2 is 50% to 85.4. Actually, here at Everest Fortune Group, we like to use 88.6%. Okay, 88.6% we find is a bit more accurate compared to 85.4. Okay, other than that, the other numbers I think are okay. So this is the rules for the impulse wave. We're not going to spend too much time for this because again, this is just something you can Google. It's just rules you can refer to. But basically, when you are using Elliott Wave, please refer to these rules because these rules will help you know if you are on the correct wave or not. Okay, the second one will be impulse with extension. Impulse with extension basically means that out of wave 1, 3, and 5, okay, wave 1, 3, and 5, there's going to be one wave that is the longest. But remember the 3 golden rules. Wave 3 cannot be the shortest. Wave 3 can be the longest. It usually is the longest. 90% of the time, wave 3 is the longest. But wave 5 can be the longest. Wave 1 is the longest. So wave 1, 3, or 5, there will always be one wave that is extended. Okay? Okay, the third one will be leading diagonal. This is basically the guidelines and what it will look like. Leading diagonal basically looks like, it's very straightforward. It kind of looks like a channel. Okay, so price is just moving in 5 ways up in a channel. When you see that, you know that you are either in wave 1, 3, or 5. Okay, so that's how it works. These are the rules for it. I'm not really going to go into it so much. Okay, wave, and then there's an ending diagonal. So that means leading diagonal means that it starts from wave 1, ending diagonal means that it starts at wave 5. So it basically is like a narrowing channel. Okay, it will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it will do a breakout. Okay, so a breakout usually will start with A, B, C. Okay, so these are the different types of impulsive waves. Okay, these are the different types of impulsive waves that are available. But I mean, technically, if you see any of the impulsive wave, you already know that it's an impulsive waves. Okay, so again, these are theory. We're not going to spend too much time on it. Okay, corrective patterns. Corrective patterns, I was telling you guys, there's so many different types. Okay, but these are, I'm only going to share you guys with the popular ones. Popular one is called the zigzag. So the zigzag is the ABC. Okay, so let me pull up my pen. It will move in 3 waves, A, B, C. Okay, usually A is the same length as C. Okay, I think there are rules here. Okay, wave C is likely to have the same price length as wave A or 161 8.8 of wave A. Okay, so it's either A equals to C or A equals to 1.618 of C. Okay, so that's the rule. That's the basic rule of ABC, the zigzag pattern. Second one is this one. Okay, the idealized flat, it basically looks like an N or opposite N. It basically, like, I know some of you are looking at it and like, it kind of looks like this last picture. It kind of looks like a last picture. Can you guys let me know in the chat box if you guys can still hear me? Is it healthy to alter the Fibonacci values when, okay, thanks, because I just got a notification that says that audio quality is weak. The notification came out 1 second and it's gone. So I think we should be good again now, right? Okay, is it healthy to alter the Fibonacci values when trying to use Fibonacci in different charts like Forex and Gold? We found that actually a set of Fibonacci levels work quite well with all charts. So the Fibonacci levels that we usually use is like 23.6, 38.2, 50%, 61.8%, 78.6%, 88.6. We don't use it that much, but if we were to use 88.6, we find that it is more accurate compared to other levels. Okay, thank you, Rowan. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Bill, Joash. Thank you, Desiree. Okay, so the difference between the zigzag and the next one is basically the shape of it, but it's basically still 3 waves. Okay, these 3 waves works in A, B, C like this. Okay, but the idealized flat is kind of like a flat, kind of looks like an N, but basically it's still an A, B, C. Okay, so there's running, irregular, expanded, or regular. Okay, but basically it's just 3 waves. That's the most important thing. Okay, so whatever I'm showing you guys is just the most popular kind of correction. I really, until today, I haven't gotten the right answer. Maybe by the next webinar, I'll get you guys the correct answer. Okay, the variation of wave 2 and wave 4, which is the corrective wave, is there's so many variations. Look, just now we were looking at ABC, right? Now there's A, B, C, D, E. There's even A, B, C, D, E. You know, there's even W, X, Y. There's even W, X, Y, Z. There's even A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. There's too many variations for wave 2 and wave 4. That's why I think I've taken you guys like 3 times now for Elliott Wave, and all 3 times I will tell you guys the same thing. Do not try to trade wave 2 and wave 4. It is very hard. If you find a way to trade wave 2 and wave 4, please share your secret with me, because I've been trading for years and I have not found the secret to wave 2 and wave 4. Wave 2 and wave 4 is so hard to trade because there's so many variations. You don't know now, is it going to make an ABC? Is it going to make an ABCDE? Is it going to make a WXYZ? Is it going to make an ABC, ABC, ABC? You don't know which variation is going to come out. But with wave 1, 3, and 5, you know for sure, every time 1, 3, and 5 happens, you know for sure it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Within 1, 3, and 5, there is 5 subwaves. You know for sure that is the rule for impulsive wave. But the rule for corrective waves is so many that your chances of getting it wrong is so high that I don't encourage you to even trade wave 2 and wave 4. Okay, what I mean by don't encourage you to trade, it means, let me grab my pen. This is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I would encourage you to get in here for a buy. I encourage you to get in here for a buy. I'll encourage you to get in here for a buy, but I will not encourage you to get in here for a sell and here for a sell, okay? Because you can get in here for a sell, where do you take profit? You don't know where to take profit because it could be any variation. The take profit can be here, it can be here, it can be here, it can be a lot of places. Yes, you can use the rules to narrow down your take profit, but the options are so high. There's so many different kinds of options that chances of you choosing the correct variation is very slim. Okay, it's very slim. But whereas if you're trading wave 1, 3, and 5, you get in here for a buy. As long as you know the length of wave 1, you will be able to project the length of wave 3, and you will be able to project the rank of wave 5. How will you be able to project it? We go back to the earlier slides. This is how you will be able to project it. Okay, by using the guidelines. Okay, this is how you will be able to project wave 1, 3, and 5, because wave 3 is usually 161.8 to 323. Most of the time is 161.8 of wave 1. Okay, wave 5 is usually the length of wave 1. So as long as you know the length of wave 1, it is very easy for you to project where you think wave 3 is going to end and wave 5 is going to end, because 5 is usually the length of 1 and 3 is usually 161.8 of wave 1. So 1 is the very important number in your equation to finding out where wave 3 and wave 5 will stop. Okay, but because wave 2 and wave 4 has too many variations, although you can narrow down kind of where it's going to stop, I would say there's too many possibilities and I don't encourage you to trade. Okay. Okay, so this is another variation, which is the 1, 2, 3 A, B, C, D, E, which kind of moves in a triangle. A, B, C, D, E moves in a triangle, and then at the end of A, B, C, D, E, you can see here it is. Where's my pen? Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 that moves in A, B, C, D, E, and then wave 5. Okay. Okay, so that's basically the gist of Elliott wave. Wave variations you might see. We're gonna go to trading view now. Is everyone okay? If you have questions, this is the time to ask me in the chat box. In the meantime, I'm gonna go change my screen to trading view. In the meantime, if you guys have questions while I'm changing screens, please ask me right now. Okay, we're going to go into practice mode. I purposely tried to finish the slides as quick as possible so that I can show you guys what I mean. What's the best way to use Elliott wave? I don't get the first two impulse wave permutations. Okay, just give me a sec. Sorry, I accidentally. Oh, what's going on? I accidentally deleted my trading view. Okay, never mind. I'll go in again one more time. Okay, we're gonna go into Ethereum because, like I said, Ethereum has been working ridiculously well with Elliott wave. Okay, let me go into Ethereum. It works with XAU USD as well, but I feel like with Ethereum works really well. Can you please analyze the chart using this? Yep, I'm going to analyze the charts using Elliott wave so I can show you guys how exactly what I mean. Okay, so first things first, you need to identify your wave. I always start on the bigger time frame to identify my wave. There may be another way to do it, but this is how I do it. Okay, I don't start on the monthly usually, but I don't usually start on the monthly. I start on the weekly. Okay, but then today I wanted to show you guys how is it. Okay, so XAU USD, we can go into that later, but I can roughly tell you that we should be in wave 3 of wave 3 for XAU USD. Okay, so I want to show you guys Ethereum because I want to show you how important is it to not get the rules wrong. Oh no, I think I deleted my slides. Just give me a sec, guys. I accidentally turned off my slides. I wanted to keep my slides so that I can show you guys the rules of Elliott wave. Okay, there you go. These are the rules of Elliott wave. Maybe I'll just copy this. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here so I can show you guys what I mean by drawing the wrong chart. Okay, so when I just started charting Elliott wave, you know how I would have charted? I would have charted this way. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then now we're at wave 5. Okay, I'm going to show you with the correct tools. This is the correct tool. Under this T, which is where you draw your stuff, there is Elliott impulse wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You use this, you draw your wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. Okay, if I'm just simply drawing, I would have drawn it this way. Can anyone tell me if this is the correct wave count? And if it's not, can you tell me why it's not the correct wave count? I'll give you a hint. The rules are here. Okay, in the meantime, you guys try to figure this out. I'll come back in 2 minutes. I need to use the bathroom really badly. Sorry, pregnancy bladder. So I'll be back in 2 minutes. You guys figure out why this is not the correct wave. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, what time frame do we use? Usually you try to, okay, the thing about Elliott wave that is so beautiful, right? It's like once you find the wave count, you only need to find the correct wave count one time. You find the correct wave count one time, you can use it for many, many years. Okay, so technically the hardest part is the first time you are charting. Okay, because the first time I'm charting, I could have charted like this. I could have said, oh, we're in Elliott wave, we're in wave 5. But based on these rules, there is something wrong here. Okay, so let me see if you guys give me the correct answers. Is it working in every time frame? Yeah, Elliott wave works in every time frame. I can tell you why, because Elliott wave has subwaves. I'll show you in a while what I mean by subwaves. I start with the weekly. The weekly, I only do it one time, okay? I've already done this before many, many times. That's why I can remember my wave count so easily. Wave 4 over, okay, thank you. So Desiree got the correct answer. Best friend got the correct answer. Wave 3, okay, rule number 3 is breached. Okay, cool. I think everyone got, okay, thanks Jax, thanks Ellen, thanks Stat Troy. Everyone answer got the correct answer. Wave 4 cannot overlap wave 1. Okay, this is the rule. Wave 4 cannot overlap wave 1. Therefore, this is the wrong Elliott wave count. So what do? You redraw. Okay, like I said, Elliott wave, only the first time when you are trying to figure out if you are on the correct wave count, then that is the most time consuming part. But once you figure it out, you're gonna remember this wave count for a long time, okay? Because if once you get the correct wave count, you're gonna keep using it. That's assuming if someone doesn't go to your trading view and accidentally delete your drawing, okay? If someone accidentally deletes your drawing, I'm sorry, you need to find the wave count again. Okay, so yeah, Owen, wave 4 cannot overlap wave 1. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the correct wave count. This is after a few times of this is easy because it's on the monthly and there's no many waves, okay? So this is actually the correct wave count. 1, 2. We're actually only on wave 2 for the monthly chart on Ethereum. So wave 3, because wave 3 is usually the longest wave, I'm going to draw it this way. Then later we can adjust it. Wave 4 and then wave 5. Okay, wave 4. Remember rule number 3, wave 4 cannot overlap. So once wave 3 is done, when wave 4 does the pullback, it cannot cross this area. So I'm going to put the wave 4 there and then wave 5 somewhere around here. Okay, as time progresses and we see how the charts play out, we will know to adjust our wave counts. Okay, so actually Ethereum on the monthly chart, we are only on wave 2. There's no surprise, Ethereum has only been around since 2016. Okay, so it's a very young chart. This chart is very young. If you go onto a longer chart, maybe now we're in like wave 5, maybe one whole wave has completed. Okay, but for Ethereum on the monthly, we're only on wave 2. Okay, how do I know this is the correct wave count? Now that I found this, how do I know? Okay, number 1, wave 2 cannot retrace. Rule number 1 is correct. Wave 3 cannot be the shortest. We are now in wave 3, so we cannot confirm rule number 2. Wave 4 cannot overlap wave 1. Okay, wave 4 has not happened. We cannot confirm. So far, none of the rules have been breached. We will assume this is the correct wave because none of the rules have been breached. So how do I know this is the correct wave? How do I know this is the correct wave? Maybe this whole thing is a wave 1. Maybe wave 1 has not completed. Maybe wave 1 is still on the way, right? But how do I know wave 1 has completed? Okay, this is where you go into your sub waves. Okay, this is where you go into your sub waves. You go into the weekly. Remember, within wave 1, 3, and 5, there are 5 waves. Okay, so within wave 1, 3, and 5, I should be able to draw wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. So I then change this color, then maybe I just leave myself a note. Okay, blue. I'll just leave myself a note here. Okay, blue is weekly chart. Orange is monthly. Okay, so this is how you confirm your wave counts if it's correct. Yep. Desiree is like, whoa, yeah, it gets even crazier. So as I go down the time frame, if I zoom into here, if I zoom into wave 1 of wave 1, if I go into the daily, now I go down to 1 time frame smaller, which is a daily, I should be able, oh no, I want to go to like the very start, the beginning of time. I want to go down to 2016. It's so far away. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, you know what? It's too far away. I'm just going to go back to the weekly. Okay. Within wave 1, if I go down to the daily, I should be able to draw 1, 2, I don't know, maybe 3 is somewhere here, 4, and 5. Okay, there will always be 5 waves within 5 waves within 5 waves within 5 waves within 5 waves. Okay, that's how you can confirm you are on the correct wave. And every 5 waves that you go down to, it cannot break this rule. Where's my rules? Oh my gosh, I think I scrolled too much. My chart's all over the place. Okay, it cannot break this rule. Okay, if you go down into the subways of the subways of the subways, all of it has to follow this rule. The minute you see that this rule has been breached, you are on the wrong wave count. Okay, so that's why I say only the first time you are charting Elliott wave, it's going to be very time consuming, it's going to be very tedious, a lot of back testing, blah, blah, blah. But once you found the correct wave count, you can just stick to it. Okay, but so for Ethereum, I have already found the correct wave count for you. I'm going to assume this is the correct wave count. Okay. Okay, so remember, this is Ethereum. Okay, we're going to go down to XAUUSD. Mr. Elliott is so crazy to observe this. Yes, I'm not a very visual person. So the person that got me into Elliott Wave is actually my husband. He's like, oh my God, Elliott Wave is so amazing. You know, like there's waves within waves within waves, and it's so accurate. Then I'm just like, what are you talking about? This is crazy talk. Anyways, I tried Elliott Wave. It's really so crazy accurate. Okay, so I will pull out that slide. Where is that slide with all the guidelines? Okay, give me a sec, guys. Okay, if we delete everything here. Okay, remember the guide that we saw just now? Remember there was a guide that we saw just now on how Elliott Wave works? Can it still wave one corrective still in a progress and still go further down? Can it be that wave one in corrective is still progress? It can be, it's possible, but it's unlikely. So usually when you find a wave count, usually stick to that count already. Okay, the thing about Elliott wave, right, is that there's so many possibilities. Okay, we could be this. We have established this wave one, wave two. We're now in wave 3, 4, and 5. But you know, I think last week when I did the webinar, somebody asked me, if I'm not mistaken, his name was Kelvin. Is Kelvin here today? Okay, I can't remember. Someone asked me, he's like, how do you know wave 2 has ended? I was like, okay, that's a very valid question, and that's true. He could be right. Maybe now, maybe this is wave 1. Maybe wave 2 is even lower. Maybe we haven't started wave 3, because the rule is that wave 2 cannot pass wave 1. So even if wave 2 goes even lower, right, technically it didn't breach the golden rule. Okay, but remember just now we also had a guide. Although this guide is not like, it's not rules, it's just like a guide. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the guide just now. Okay, this is the guide for Elliott Wave that I was referring to. Remember, this is the guide. Wave 2 is 50%, 61.8, 76.4, and 85.4 of wave 1. Okay, this is usually what the prices are. Okay, so if we pull out Fibonacci, we pull from wave 1, the low to the high, we follow this guideline here. Wave 2 is 50%, 61.8, 76.4. We don't use 76.4 here at average. We usually use 78.6 because we find that 78.6 is more, is a better number. And then 85.4, we also don't use 85.4, we use 88.6. Okay, so that's, I mean, to each his own. Okay, we can see that price already hit 78.6. It's good enough for it to turn back already. By right, if it reaches 50%, it was already good enough for it to start wave 3. Okay, so the thing that I learned from trading and watching a lot of Elliott Wave trader is that I had an Elliott Wave trader tell me that if price already hit 78.6, why would you want to assume that it's going down to 88.6? If it already hit your target, your minimum target, okay, actually the minimum target was 50%. Okay, if you already hit your target, why would you want to assume otherwise? Right? So I'm like, okay. Because if you keep assuming otherwise, technically your variation of where price will be will never end. Your price can go down to here and then go up here. Your price can do so many things before it makes a U-turn, right? So just based on that principle that I have in the back of my mind, since price already hit 78.6, I think it's good enough for it to start the U-turn and start with wave 3. That's why last week when someone asked me, how do you know wave 2 is ended? Maybe wave 2 wants to go down the road. Okay, at this current point of time, it looks like wave 3 wants to start with wave. It looks like wave 2 has ended and it wants to start with wave 3. Okay, so based on that rule, I think Ethereum is on wave 3. I would love it if it's on wave if wave 2 hasn't ended. If Ethereum is still on wave 2, that'll be better for me because I want to get in. I want to buy more Ethereum. Okay, this is my Elliott wave count for gold. I'll show you guys my count. Then you guys can use it if you guys think my count is correct. Okay. So based on my Elliott wave count for gold, okay, based on my Elliott wave count for gold, this is my gold count. Hold on, I'm trying to go like to the end of time. Okay, so 1998 is as far as they let us go. Okay, this is my gold count. One. Oh, I always accidentally click too many times. Okay, I need to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is now doing an ABC. I'm not very confident of this ABC. I'll tell you guys why in a while. And then my assumption is that it has ended and now we are in wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is just my assumption. Okay, so I'll explain a bit on my take on goal. Okay, I don't have time to show you now because we only have like less than 10 minutes. I've already done the backtesting. Within wave 1, there is 5 waves. Okay, I will be able to find 5 waves. Okay, so this is already this is valid already. Okay, so within wave 1, I already did the backtesting. This is the correct wave count. Okay, wave 2. Why I don't love gold compared to Ethereum. I think Ethereum follows the rules of Elliott wave so much better. Okay, so if we're using, but then again, these are not rules, these are just guidelines. Okay, so one thing that I find a bit sketchy with gold is that, okay, based on the guideline, right? Wave 2, remember, if this is 5 waves, technically on a bigger time frame, okay, technically we go into the monthly, this is wave 1. Okay, this is wave 2. We are now in wave 3. Okay, we are now in wave 3 of wave 3. Sorry, wave 3 of wave 1 of wave 3. Okay, I don't know if you guys can catch that, but my take is that we are on wave 1 of wave 3 of wave 3. Okay, I'm sorry if it's confusing. We shouldn't say 3. This should say 3. The 4 should be here. The 4 should avoid the 1, and the 5 should be here. Okay, this is my take on gold, but I have a feeling my wave count is wrong. But it's okay. I'm just going to stick with this wave count for now until the market proves me wrong. I'm going to stick with my analysis until the market proves me wrong. Then I will accept that. Okay, I'm wrong. I'm on the wrong wave count. I need to recount again. Okay, so at this current point of time, this is my wave count for gold. Okay, I think it's sketchy. Okay, why? Because if we are following these rules, we are following the rules here. Wave 2 is 50% to 88.6% of wave 1. Okay, wave 2 is 50% to 88.6. If I take the Fibonacci, I pull from the bottom of wave 1, I pull it to where I think the wave 2 is going to end. Technically, wave 2 for gold, okay, should be here. Okay, technically wave 2 for gold is 1160. Okay, wave 2 is 50%. So technically, if this is wave 1, wave 2, if this is wave 1, wave 2 should pull back to here. But instead, right now, wave 2 only pulled back to here. Okay, so it's either wave 2 was really a short wave 2 or I'm on the wrong wave count. Okay, only time will tell. Wave 2 only pulled back to 23.6. Actually, if you go on to some websites and some books and some websites will tell you that minimally, usually wave 2 pulls to 50%, but minimally wave 2 pulls to 23.6. So based on the different rules and different opinions of different traders, actually wave 2 has already satisfied its minimum requirement, and we are now starting in wave 3. Okay, so just based on that, I would love to see wave 2 pull to wave 50%, but if it doesn't, like, you know, I cannot force gold to go to 50%, right? If it doesn't, I'm just gonna have to like justify why it didn't. So this is just one guideline that I randomly plucked from a website. But actually, if you go to different websites and you read different Elliott Wave books, different Elliott Wave books will tell you sometimes 23.6. Sometimes at 23.6, the chart will do a very shallow wave 2 and then start with wave 3. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I will accept it as it is, because if gold were really to pull to wave to 50%, right, that means gold price will be at $1,100. I don't think a lot of people would want gold price to go to $1,100 anyways, right? Because gold is such a important metal to the world. It's such a strong, like, it's a safe not currency, it's a safe asset. Okay, so if gold were ever to reach 1,001, I think that would be very scary for the world. Okay, so it does make sense for gold to make a very shallow wave 2 and then start wave 3. Okay, so if anyone confused, is there anything I should repeat? Okay, I would say gold already made its minimum. Now it is starting in wave 3. Okay, so the end of C is the end of 2, because wave 2 works in ABC. There's different permutation. Okay, so if this is wave 3, I'm going to assume gold just did wave 1, wave 2. Now it's doing wave 3. After the end of wave 3, we're going to do wave 4 and then wave 5. Okay, so remember at the start of my webinar, I said, if you know the length of wave 1, you will know the length of wave 3. Why? Because based on this rule, based on the guidelines, you can estimate or project where wave 3 is going to end. Wave 3 is 161.8, 200, 261.8, and 332 of wave 1 to 2. Okay, I think the more accurate number is actually, I'm going to delete this. Based on my own experience, I think the more accurate number is actually 161.8. A lot of times wave 3 is 161.8 of wave 1. So it's so easy to measure this. Take your Fibonacci projection from the swing, from the start of wave 1 to the high of wave 1. Hey, what's going on? Okay. From the start of wave 1 to the high of wave 1 to the end of wave 2, you pull out 161.8. Okay. Ideally, wave 3 should end here. Okay. Ideally, wave 3 should end here. Okay, do you guys see how you can use Elliott Wave to find very accurate answers. I told you guys before I used Elliott Wave to trade gold and I got 9 trades correct, but I didn't tell you how accurate my entry was. My entry was really, if I say it was going to turn on like $2,000, it really turns on the dot at $2,000 because I use Elliott Wave. Elliott Wave showed me that $2,000 was the 1.618 of wave 1, and that's where I know to enter for the sell here. Okay, so back then I would trade wave 2 and wave 4. Okay, back then I would trade wave 2 and wave 4. So back then I will enter here for a buy, enter here for a sell, enter here for a buy, enter here for a sell, enter here for a buy, enter here for a sell. Okay, using Elliott Wave, you can kind of already forecast the exact area or the exact zone that price is going to reverse. How can jumpstart in 5 minutes? Must we really start from monthly, weekly, any way to jumpstart anywhere? Okay, that's a very good question. You need to go to the weekly first to find what the correct wave count first. You need to find the correct wave count first. Then now that I already found, okay, I'm going to do this because this is just too overwhelming. Okay, now that I already have an idea where I think price is going, so my idea is that we are now in wave 3. We are now in wave 1 of wave 3. Okay, why do I say wave 1? Remember, if this is wave 3, within wave 3 there is 5 waves. So this could be wave 1. Now we're doing wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. Okay, so now my idea is that we are in wave 1 of wave 3 of wave 3. Okay, so now that we know this is where price is going to move, I can go down to any time frame and forecast where I want to get in. Okay, let's say I'm going into the 4 hours. The most important is you need to first get your structure on the bigger time frame. Then you can go down to the smaller time frame to use where you're forecasting it. Okay, so I am now on the 4 hours. Okay, where do I forecast wave 2 to end? Very easy. Pull out the guide. I probably copied this guide like so many times already. Okay, very easy. Wave 2 is 50% to 60. Okay, so we know that is wave 2, right? We know that is wave 2. If you assume wave 1 has ended, okay, if you assume wave 1 has ended, you now take the swing low of wave 1 to the swing high, pull out your 50%, 61, 78, and 88. Okay, this is most likely where wave 2 is going to end. It's going to end somewhere in this box here. Okay, so somewhere in this box, you can enter for the buy. Okay, so how do you use the time frames to your advantage? On the small time frames, you will be able to combine other things, like this is where your traditional technical analysis comes in. You'll be able to combine your support resistance. You'll be able to combine other things. Okay, so because 23.6 is not even the level that we consider, although some websites and some places say 23.6 is the minimum, I actually think more often than not it reverses at 50%. Okay, in some cases, like we saw just now for gold, 23.6%, it already reversed. Okay, but I've been using Elliott Wave for a while, and I noticed that usually at 50% or 61.8. These are the 2 most common levels that price likes to reverse on. Okay, so this is your very high zone. This is your like, sometimes it reverses at the 78.6, sometimes once in a while, but 88.6, I would say like out of 10 times, I personally only saw price reversing at 88.6 at one time. Okay, so now I know, now that I went to the bigger time frame, I have my structure in place. When price pulls down to this area, this box here, and this is where I'm going to get ready for my buy. Okay, this is where I'm going to get ready for my buy. Where do I buy it to? I buy it to the end of wave 3. Again, how do we count wave 3? Pull out the guidelines and we will have a rough estimate of where we think wave 3 will go. Okay, we have a rough estimate. Wave 3 is 161.8. Okay, out of this 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, from my experience, 161.8 is the most common one. Wave 4 is 14 to 38. From my experience, okay, 23.6 and 38.2 is the highest level where wave 4 stops. Okay, and from this, there are 3 different ways to measure wave 5. Wave 5 is inversely 123.6 to 161 retracement wave 4. Secondly, wave 5 is equal to wave 1. Third, wave 5 is 61.8 of wave 1 to wave 3. The one that I think is the most common is wave 5 equals to wave 1. Okay, this is from my own trading, okay, that I've noticed it happens quite often. So I'm just going to highlight the one that happens most of the time. The rest is like once in a while it happens. Once in a while, price chooses to reverse at that area. Okay, so here I get ready for a buy. Where do I put my take profit? My take profit based on this guide is wave 3 is 161.8. I now take out my Fibonacci projection and I can project where 161.8 will be. Okay, we're assuming it's going to end here. 161.8 should have come out somewhere. Okay, we're assuming wave 2 is going to end here. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys are not too confused. Even if you learn a little bit and it gets you a bit closer to understanding Elliott Wave, that's good. Next week we have, next week, right? I think it's next week. Next week we have one more session on Elliott Wave. That is our last practice session for Elliott Wave. After that, I probably won't be using Elliott Wave anymore in our webinars because, as you can see, Elliott Wave is too time consuming. Our webinars is only 1 hour. So I usually use like your traditional support resistance, trend line, Ichimoku, like the more simple things that it's not too time consuming to do our analysis. Okay, so I hope you guys got something out of this. I hope this got you closer to understanding how to use Elliott Wave. But yes, do please mention something about using, once we're done with this Elliott Wave series, we're going to go back to using Fibonacci and all the other simple technical analysis. So don't worry if Elliott Wave is not something you want to focus on. Next week will be the last webinar on Elliott Wave, and then we're going to go back to our usual support resistance, our usual trend line, usual channel, what else? Fibonacci levels. Yeah. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. I hope a lot to grasp. I hope you guys gain something out of this. I'll catch you guys again soon. In the meantime, please practice. My Elliott Wave count for Ethereum, I already did a lot of back testing. I can tell you I'm 90% confident I am on the correct wave count for Elliott Wave on Ethereum. For gold, I've also done a lot of back testing. I would say I'm also 90%. I would say I'm 90% confident that this is the correct wave count for gold. That means right now, if anything, we are in wave 2 of wave 3 of wave 3. Okay, so right now we're in the retracement. It's probably going to retrace to somewhere around this box, and then we're going to see gold going up again. Once it starts with wave 3, we are going to see gold rally. Okay, if I am on the correct wave count, although I am 90% confident I am on the correct wave count because I already did a lot of back testing. I already follow the guidelines as closely as I can, and I follow the rules as closely as I can. Okay, so if you guys want to follow my wave count, you should be good. Okay, other than that, if you want to go and try to find another wave count, if you think your wave count is more accurate, do let me know. if you next week you can let me know if you found another wave comparable. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks guys. I will catch you guys next week. Take care. I hope you guys have a productive trading week and just a productive week in general. Okay, so bye guys. Catch you guys again. Hey, I can't end the webinar. What's going on? Okay, end webinar. Okay, bye guys.